I'm starting off today's video in a location that I don't think you guys have been in yet. This is Jamie's office, and I've actually been using his office to podcast because it's way quieter. Interestingly, we were going to pull up the carpet in this room, but I've been podcasting in the other bedroom that doesn't have a carpet, and it's actually a lot better that this one does because it just like doesn't echo as much, and also it's like further away from the road so you don't get all of the traffic noises and stuff. Now today is an interesting episode because I'm going to be revisiting a theme that I've talked about many times on the podcast, which is control. Over the years, and especially when I really struggled with anxiety, like control was a really big theme for me, and it was something that I explored in therapy. I feel like being pregnant is like kind of a whole new experience, and it's of course very foreign physically, mentally, emotionally. Also, another update is that I have not been to therapy in probably like over 2 years, and just because of all the change that we've been going through and that we're going to continue going through, I thought it would be a good idea to just like go maybe even just for one session and just kind of reset. I usually have like 2 indicators that I need to go back to therapy if I can't really get to the root of something that I'm kind of struggling with by myself. And the second one is if I feel like I'm offloading a lot onto other people in my life, especially surrounding issues where it's like hard for those people to be objective. So I'm gonna talk to my therapist about that. I'm going to film a house tour at some point. I was planning on doing it today. I don't know if the weather is the greatest and if the lighting will be very good, but hopefully I can get to that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I feel like I have a pretty simple podcasting setup, so much so that sometimes I'm like, maybe I should be doing this a little bit differently, but honestly it's worked for me so far. I've been doing it this way for like 2 years. So basically this is my mic. It is the Blue Yeti Nano, I believe, and then I just put this, like, I think it's called a pop filter. I put that over top, or maybe it's just like a foam filter. My brother has a music studio, so he had a bunch of these, and I just like put a hair elastic around it because it was way too big. And honestly the thing is like with equipment like this you could upgrade at any point, but it's just worked for me so far, so I feel like I just don't want to change anything because it kind of like meets all the needs that I have for podcasting. And then in terms of actually recording the podcast, as you can see in the background, I just used GarageBand. I used this like filter called the narration voice filter, and that's pretty much it. I export it, I upload it to my provider, which is Acast, and like it's pretty seamless, which is how I like things to be. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode. I hope that you're having a really wonderful day so far. Okay, so I just finished recording. It went well, but I'm sweating. This sweater is very thick and I need to change before I have therapy at 1. It's 12:30 right now, and I'm also gonna make myself some food because I've only had coffee, and you know, the feeling of nausea when all you've drank is coffee is like times 1,000. I feel for me when I'm pregnant, definitely need to be more proactive with eating before I record, but I feel like I was kind of on a time crunch this morning, which is not good. I need to be better at that. But yeah, I'm gonna go make myself some lunch. Okay, little scheduling error. I just realized that my therapist is on Pacific time, so it is not in fact when I thought it was gonna be. What I'm gonna do instead now is just edit the podcast because I have a little bit of free time, and also it's really nice out and I've really been getting into gardening. I did get a few different gardening tools that I want to use. I was chatting with my mom about like what she thinks I should do with the garden. Mostly I just have to do a lot of trimming things back, trimming dead growth, cleaning up. That's pretty much it. It is very meditative, I will say. It's really nice to be outside. I usually put on a podcast. Right now, my podcast of choice is The Broski Report. Absolutely love Brittany Broski. I will like devour anything she puts out there. Yeah, we'll see what I can get done today, but first I want to just get a little bit ahead on editing the episode that I just recorded. So I finished editing the episode, which feels really good. I love being on top of things. And now I am going to go outside and do some gardening. So here's my outfit. It's actually really not that cold outside today. It's like 19 degrees Celsius, and I will probably be too warm in this, but this is what we're wearing. It started raining, so a little pause on the yard work. I'm gonna do a little bit of editing, and I actually changed the location of my desk. It was like in this corner here before, but it was so dark over there. I mean, you can see. So now I'm right in front of the window. The only downside to this particular location is there's no plug, like there's no outlet. So I think I'm gonna have my dad at some point help me to install one. Got my little fruit salad. All of our bowls are in the dishwasher, so I had to use a mason jar. But we have grapefruit, pineapple, and grapes. Delicious. So my parents and my sister and Jamie and I watched The Golden Bachelor together last night, and then I had my therapy session. It honestly went really well. Weirdly, I was like super nervous going into it. It ended up being a really good session. She gave me some good advice and some good strategies, and just helped me to think about some of the themes that I was like exploring in the session in different ways. And then today I've honestly just been catching up on some work. I'm trying to pre-schedule a bunch of podcast episodes because in a couple of weeks Jamie and I are going to England to visit his family, and so I always like to get podcast episodes done before I go away. I mentioned that I started taking these prenatal vitamins the other day because I ran out of my other ones, and what I will say is I had heard that like with prenatal vitamins, some of them can make you feel kind of nauseous, and my first one definitely didn't. Now, it could have been a fluke. The thing with vitamins for me is I need to be so intentional about eating like a starchy kind of like carby meal at the same time as taking the prenatal, because if I'm just like eating a smoothie or a bowl of fruit or something, I just feel like there's not enough in my stomach. I don't know. That's just like through trial and error. Whenever that happens with like a supplement or something, I'm like afraid to take it again, but we're gonna try again and hope that that doesn't happen. Jamie and I went out for lunch at this place the other day that basically does sandwiches and a few other things, but their sandwiches are just like some of the best sandwiches I've ever had. They just do everything so well. The bread is so good. The amount of like filling that you get in the sandwich is so good. The aiolis and stuff that they put in the sandwich is just like divine. And so anyways, we got those like 2 days ago and I can't stop thinking about it. So Jamie just went downtown with a friend to grab coffee, and I asked if he would get me another one. So I'm gonna take my prenatal with that because I feel like that will be like substantial enough to like not make me feel sick. Fruit salad again while I wait for my sandwich. Bubbly water. This one is blackberry hibiscus. Hello.
Hi.
Did you get one for
I got
yourself?
a new one.
You didn't get one?
No, I did. I got a new one.
This is Jamie's. And this is mine. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much.